Okay? So I want you to really think about your posture. I know I just simply say lower your chin or, you know, don't stretch this way. But now after voice pad, you know why it's important, right? So there are two types of extrinsic muscle that it's from your larynx, but then it goes somewhere else and do it. One is supra and the other is infralaryngeal muscles. And that balances out and then make the position of the larynx, right? So I know I'm explaining pretty complicated way, but you saw how vulnerable the position of the larynx can be. And we know the larynx has to sit like a little bit lower position than normal. And in order to do that, if the supralaryngeal muscle is stretched like this, you know the larynx will go up, and it doesn't do any favor for us. Yeah, it doesn't do any advantage for us. So find that place, and you cannot squash it by lowering too much and make a double chin. That's not what I mean either, right? Because you're gonna make pretty froggy sound by doing so. So the question is, where is that best situated the larynx position, right? Okay. So I want you to feel and explore your options. Is it here, or is it down here, or is it, where is that? And I want you to remember, because also you gotta give enough of space for your jaw to be able to open. But if it's too close and too low, then there's really not really of space. Yeah. And the higher the larynx position is, it's gonna produce a little more brighter sound. The lower it is, it's gonna produce a little darker sound. It's no big, like, everybody knows that. So it's a matter of balance where you can find those chiaroscuro sound. Okay? Yeah? So you're done exploring? Where is that?
I think right here.
Yeah, right there? Okay. Are you comfortable with opening your jaw that way? Pretty good.
I think so.
Yeah, and we talked about that, the beginning of the yawn, not full extent, but just about to yawn. Yeah, like the beginning. Yeah, part of the yawn really helps singers to have optimal position of the larynx, right? Yeah. So still breathe it through the nose, right? And still do the suspension. You have a lot to think about, Eunyoung. Okay? So we're gonna sing one more time. Oi, oi, breathe. 1, 2. Good job. 1, 2. Good job. 1, 2. Great. 1, 2. Good job. Very good. I feel like the very first note is a little bit harsh on your palate and your larynx, rather than start with the vibrato. As you go down, you are more vibrant with your sound because you let them. Is there a way that we can start from that vibrant sound rather than tension, like straight tone-ish, and then go into vibrato? Can we already doing this and finish that way? Okay. 3, 1, 2. Okay, let's do one more time. Not exactly, but it'll feel like and nobody likes that feeling. That's why we do the straight tone, because it feels more organized in a way. but you gotta feel that vibrato. Make the close approximation between the vocal cords rather than, yeah? It's not a very good setup. Okay? Do one more time. Breathe. 1, 2. One, two. Great job. Breathe. 1, 2. Good job. Breathe. 1, 2. Good. 1, 2. 1, 2. Good job. 1, 2. Do it again. 1, 2. Good. One more. 1, 2. Good. What do you think? Was it pretty consistent throughout?
It was a lot more consistent and it was a lot less tension.
Yeah. So I know it's just really hard to fathom that your singing could feel like earthquake. You know? But however, I feel that because of the fear we create the tension on vocal cords in the larynx so much to, you know, in effort of controlling better, but it really is not the best way to control your voice, okay? If you really want to control better, control here better. Yeah? And this is pretty loose and freely vibrating so that your overtone can be multiplied, right? Gazillion times rather than, yeah? We're gonna do something else. So it goes ee-oh, 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 ee. Breathe. Good. It's not bad. I still feel like you're doing a little bit in the back something, like holding it. E-oh, e-oh, e-oh. Where the e-oh, e. Yeah? Breathe. Good job. Breathe. I feel a little bit of fear here. E-oh, e-oh, e-oh. Yeah? You have to give it such audacity. I know it's hard. You need to put yourself out there. I know it's really tough to accept your mistake in front of a teacher. So you're playing pretty safe. And the safety sometimes creates fear. Okay? Shelby, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to crack your voice. If you don't explore in this time with me, you will never. Am I pretty close? Yeah? So it's okay. Really let it out.
Oh, a wind chime.
Wind chime. Okay, it's chime. Okay? And when wind blows hard, it'll sound like crazy and it'll just like make a lot of sound noise, right? Can you think that you have some kind of a wind chime in you and you're gonna blow hard? So it's gonna sound, but if, just imagine somebody is holding your wind chime, chime, regardless of how hard the wind is, it's not gonna sound pretty, does it? You just have to let it.
Just let it.
let it, and so that when there's wind like this, it'll sound like right, and it's kind of pretty, isn't it? It's not loud, but it has like that very clear sound. That's what we want. Okay, so just imagine you have wind chime somewhere in your palette, and this is your motor, right?
Okay.
Like crazy, and you have to blow pretty hard to make this sound. Can we try that and see what happens? Okay. Excellent, go on. Blow hard. Good job. Good job. Keep going. Good job. Shelby, that was F sharp. And you didn't go into falsetto? Did you go to falsetto? No. It was consistent, you know, and you were brave. And you weren't feeling any fear or controlled or, you know, being right and safe. You were just going with it. And wasn't it fun to feel that? Yeah, and you got more sound. So I don't know if my imaginary
That helped.
that helped.
That helped.
Yeah, just like imagine that your palette, your soft palette, is something like a wind chime that you don't hold. You don't hold wind chime, right? And so when there's the wind, just blow very naturally. And the stronger it is, it's better, right? Because it'll make more noise and it's pretty, you know, pleasant sound. So imagine that there's a chime inside of you, yeah, and you just want to let it sound like this, like, you know. And the same thing goes here with your larynx, right? So you have two wind chimes that you have, and your job is to blow hard enough, blow the air hard enough,
And wiggle.
so that it wiggles and makes sound, right? If there is no wind, just imagine a hot summer day, there's absolutely no wind, there's no sound. Okay? So we gotta have a wind, we gotta have chime that is free to vibrate. I think we got something pretty good today.
I think so.
Yeah. So let's do Ziba.
Oh.
So number one. Okay. So same thing goes. We don't care which consonants you're saying, which vowel you're saying. It's the same thing, right? Yeah. Breathe. 1, 2. It's crazy to let the wind blow and then make sound of the chime, but that's how it works. All right? Ready, breathe, 1, 2. Hesitant. Yeah? Yeah, you gotta have a strategy, but you gotta blow it pretty hard. Right? So it's a balance. Yes, it's controlled in a way, but it also gotta be out there, right? Okay, so do it again. Ready? And good. So here, la be do be mi po tu la over there. Let's check your vowel. Okay.
It's a lot.
La, and then be is it's front vowel, but it goes to the central position because it's a high, right? Da, be, where your nose is. Da, be, da, me, po, tu, la, right? Right there, breathe. 1, 2. Yeah, it's a little still. Blow hard. Rock it. Ready? And okay. Do you have number 2? Yeah. Okay, breathe. Ready, go. Okay, 2 is up and in the back where the palate is, right? Not two, not two. It's pretty down here, but it's really sits high. Where your chime is. Yeah. Let's do from. Ready. F. Good job. Was it hard?
Just had to think about it.
Yeah. It's actually easier when you put vowels in good places. The East Texas ooh is a little bit it's in the center. And it's not the right place. That's why it sounds funky. Yeah? But many boy do in the up where the chime is. Do. Yeah? Holding. Do. The first note is on 2. 2. Yeah, you look pretty. Are you? Is it painful or? Yeah, just put it.
You just gotta think about it.
But you gotta blow pretty hard too, right? Okay. Ready, breathe. How was your blowing?
I didn't blow enough.
Okay, do it again. That's what I thought. I'm glad we agree. Do it again. But the vowel place was pretty nice. The only thing that is left with the tongue position, doing all this stuff, cool stuff for your vowels, you have to blow hard and your chime should be yeah? Ready, breathe. 1, 2. Beautiful. What do you think?
Liked it.
Yeah, it's a lot to think about, but it makes sense, doesn't it? It's not like you feel like, I don't know what I'm doing. I hope that it works on my performance today. That's a terrible feeling. Like
Mhm.
not knowing what you're doing, and then you have to go and do the most vulnerable activity ever in front of public.
Mhm.
You know, that's a lot of risk.
Mhm.
So here I am giving you all the tools that what you gotta use.
Mhm.
It's your job to go out, practice, repeat many times,
Mhm.
so that even under the pressure when you feel like, yeah,
Mhm.
you should be able to pull it off.
Mhm.
It's a lot of multitasking.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
Okay, good. Moving on.